So I wanted to take a look at the up and coming good start to a video. Division Heartland. Division Heartland is like, from what I've heard, supposed to be like a Tarkov type of division is the direction they're going in. Now, I'm a big fan of the Division. In the Division 1, I was the person who went for every item, Dark Zone grinded, tried to get every single voice memo. Dude, I was like a crackhead. I loved the Division. I never played the Division 2, and I don't know if I'm going to play it. I might as well like bang it out to see how it was, right? I'm not saying that I'm one of those people that got to play every game in the system. BioShock 2, because I just finished one, but check out that series if you want to. But we're going to go check out the Division Heartland cinematic and developer deep dive. And yeah, and then right now I'm looking at the website. But if you don't know, boom! The Division Heartland is a free-to-play PvEVP-focused survival action shooter, set in the mysterious rural town of Silver Creek. Explore and complete missions by day, take on dynamically moving contamination enemy factions and player squads by night. Yeah. And, yup, save America's Heartland. What is happening in Silver Creek, you ask? Uncover the mystery, I don't know why I wanted to say it like that. Mystery before a new breed of poison spreads everywhere. Follow the expanding story to discover why a once peaceful town has become the center of a violent conflict between a group of dangerous rogue Division agents and an aggressive band of nomadic survivors. But the AI factions and other player squads aren't your only danger. Hopefully they're not just referring to the gas that moves around, because there's like this poison that I've seen that like almost pops up in areas. But yeah. In a single play session, experience both the challenge and exploration of daytime and the thrill of it intensity of nightfall. During the day, explore and complete critical objectives, scavenge for materials and supplies, and face off against dangerous enemies. When day turns to night, the stakes heighten. New enemies appear, and avoid the increasingly volatile contamination. Fight your way through rogue NPCs and take on newly hostile players. And then you got the extract or die. Risk your arsenal and supplies every time you venture out into Silver Creek. Keep moving. So this is the Tarkov. Keep moving to survive enemy conflict, dehydration, and lethal contamination. Oh shit, there's dehydration. Lethal contamination that has overtaken the town. Tackle a variety of goals while building up your armory at your base of operations. Your boo. Each successful operation allows you to complete more missions and unlock unique abilities, new map areas, crucial functions at your base. Die before you extract and come back empty-handed. Blah blah blah. Got squad up with crossplay progression. Survive the dynamic contamination. So this is talking about the virus, actually. This is the website, by the way. But survive the dynamic contamination. The virus moves differently here, unpredictable, almost with a mind of its own. Though extremely dangerous, you can use contamination to your advantage. Risk vital seconds inside the cloud for a chance to grab precious loot or gear and items left behind by other players, just to make sure you have ample filters to survive. If the virus sickness sets in, return to your base before it kills you. Pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna hop in here right now. Let's go. Let's do the cinematic first. It's shorter. I hope I have everything set up and everything's good to go. Let me just see. Yes, we do. Let's go.
Welcome to Silver Creek, a sweet little town in middle America. You know the kind. Pumpkin patches, apple pies, and the best damn cup of coffee you'll ever have. Silver Creek was perfect, up until it wasn't. The green poison changed everything for everyone. It started in New York on Black Friday, the biggest shopping day of the year. They called it the dollar flu because it spread on money. The virus knew no boundaries. No matter where it hit, the bodies piled up. And when it spread to Silver Creek, the result was the same: death. I'm Division Agent Mackenzie Reed. Originally from Kansas, I was stationed in Boston when the shit hit the fan after Black Friday. I left Boston and came to Silver Creek looking for killing.
We got her stats. Hold on. We got her stats. Agent Reed, Mackenzie, Amber, operational. Oh, by the way, I paused, so I'll leave the links down below if you want to watch it without me pausing. But you know, it's crazy. It makes you think that credit cards and debit cards aren't too bad, but at the same time, there's a whole nother discussion on that. But you know, it'd be funny. Like in a world where we have so many different cards now, it's like, imagine this still. Where was I going? Anyways, so she has a PhD. She has a FD. She has a. I love the timing of that. 6 a.m. She has a medical scientist from Harvard University, focuses on virology. Interesting.
Silver Creek, looking for Killian Tower, my commander. Well, he was my commander until recently.
Why is everything redacted?
For reasons unknown, he disavowed the division and is now a rogue agent. Killian betrayed my team and murdered them. He gunned them down and fled. No clues, no motive. Only a bloody trail for me to follow.
Dang,
that trail has led me to Silver Creek. I wasn't prepared for what I found. I wanted answers, but all I got was more questions. Why is the virus different here? Why did Killian murder the team he proudly commanded? And why is he amassing an army of Reapers in Silver Creek?
How did he get the jump on like 6 people? What?
Everything I've seen tells me that Silver Creek's at the heart of something big. I can't do this alone, Agent.
I'll need you.
I need your help.
Okay. What I'll say before we continue is they definitely have the chance to expand way more on the story. Whoa. Okay, we're back. Had some little distortion there, but we're good. Where I was about to go with talking about, I don't even think I had any context. I was about to say that they could expand really crazy on the Division. Like, let's see, the Division 2 takes place where? The Division 2, sequel to Tom Clancy's The Division 2016, takes place in the near future Washington, D.C. So it's still going forward. So it's a sequel. So Washington, D.C. is in Maryland, right? Wait, let me see. Division 2 takes place. Yeah, wait. Washington, D.C. is in Maryland. I think I'm being slow. The first one took place in New York, and this one is taking place in Silver Creek. I didn't even think about that. Is Silver Creek fictional? Or is it real? I think it's real, and I'm just. But, okay. So, let's say this. I think The Division is a great series. You know, I've heard with every game, there comes their things with, you know, the balancing, game mechanics, the way loot works, end game, all that stuff, right? I feel like if Heartland doesn't land, but I feel like it'll be pretty good. So devs, if you're watching this video, I would say, which they probably already thought about, because honestly, if you're bringing more Division games and wanting to keep this series alive, or this, keep the Division series alive. I think the next game should expand on more states. I think a really cool state for exploration and stuff would be Washington. I think there's more games that should take place in Texas as well. Atlanta would be a cool thing. The Division Atlanta, just like there'd be like very cool places, or even if you're trying to go overseas. But I would wait on overseas for like a 4th, the Division 1-2 Heartland. Yeah, so the Division 1-2 Heartland. So the 5th installment would be like overseas or something, or like the 4th Division 1-2 Heartland 4 or 5. Okay, so the 4th one would be like an overall. You go to multiple areas in the U.S. maybe and see how and really just refine the game. Everything that makes the game fun. Really focus on all aspects. Maybe even throw a Tarkov type game mode within that. Even slap Heartland on, because Heartland will be free to play from what I've seen. So whatever comes there. But then the next division after that one, and everything's refined, you follow in the formula. If it's not broke, don't fix it. And that one is the one where you expand upon, like, maybe they found a cure for the green poison, so now they're trying to get civilization back under order, under a new law or under something new. I think that would be really cool, because I want to see the Division continue. I think the Division is one of the coolest games that popped up when I was younger. So yeah, I would hate to see it not keep going. But now we're gonna hop into the developer deep dive. Let's get into this. The developer deep dive. All right, here we go. These will all be linked down below, by the way.
Hey everyone, we're so excited to show you Heartland, an all-new standalone adventure in the Division universe. The teams poured their heart into this game, and we can't wait to share it with you. Welcome to Silver Creek. Heartland's a free-to-play survival action shooter set in the Division universe that features streamlined survival gameplay and a beautiful new world to explore, filled with dynamic PvEvP gameplay. In Heartland, you play as a Division agent, given the task of protecting Silver Creek, a small town in Middle America. It's your job to keep the town safe from enemy factions, rogue agents, and a deadly contamination. Heartland explores what happened to small-town America when the green poison was unleashed on the world. While major metropolitan centers got aid from agencies like Sarah and the Division, what help did the Heartland get? This game ties directly into the timeline and introduces all new characters and storylines to the franchise. I'm Keith Evans, Creative Director on Heartland at Red Storm Entertainment.
Creative Director.
Hi, I'm Taylor Epperly. I'm the Associate Game Director on Heartland. I'm really excited for folks to see what the world of the Division looks like in small-town America.
Hi, I'm Carrie Bland, Community Developer on Heartland, and I can't wait for our players to see all the hard work and dedication the team has put in. We've spent a year in closed tests building on the experience, responding to the feedback we received, and have evolved towards a truly unique and exciting take on survival PvEvP gameplay.
I don't know if I want to manifest it or anything. I want to be involved in the games that I love the most. I really want to be involved in the direction of Borderlands, and this is the Division, so I'll just say it for you guys. I want to be involved in the development of games like the Division and stuff, because I feel like my perspective could bring new things to the table, that if they're trying to bring a great game to players, that we really need certain players to rise up to the occasion and be within these ranks of also giving their input to these things, because sometimes these games fall through with one thing, the slightest things missing, or quality of life. And I want to get into the real meat and potatoes. I've worked with game developers though, recently last year, and just over time with doing YouTube, that I kind of got a basis on how the process that goes into game development. So I never say it's any easy feat, or I'm not gonna act like I know everything, but and I'll say that every time, but just I feel like there's things that are missed that are that end up being big issues later on. So I would love, even if I wasn't fully on teams, to just be okay, this may need to change. This, when they have their beta testers, maybe I should really be a dedicated beta tester to some of these games, because I'd be feeling I know exactly what I guess at least I would want as a player. And sometimes when I end up listening to other game and other players, other big creators who play these games and stuff, they have usually the same takes on a lot of things, and I think we all do have a general collective consciousness on what we would want out of certain games, what would make it good. And just I feel at least if I wasn't, I could be maybe that lead line of communication between certain teams. Now, I don't know how many games I'd be able to do that for, but I would like to do that. I think the lady who just said she's the community person or something like that, I would like to be kind of a voice for the players in certain games. But the Division would definitely be one of those series.
Towards a truly unique. We've spent a year in closed tests building on the experience, responding to the feedback we received, and have evolved towards a truly unique and exciting take on survival PvEvP gameplay.
Heartland launches with a robust experience for players on day one. The player's first task is to help Mackenzie Reed get Silver Creek's base of operations back up and running. Players will be tasked with completing a set of missions and projects, all focused on the goals of exploring the town and gathering the supplies necessary to help prepare the base of operations. Every mission completed gives players the tools and strength necessary to survive.
Silver Creek is a hostile environment filled with deadly contamination, roaming enemy hordes, and the looming threat of sickness and dehydration. Players will have to be prepared if they hope to survive a full day in the town.
As day turns to night, Silver Creek is sent into high alert. The survival threat increases, and dangerous PvEVP from rogue players and AI is introduced. Night is a deadly sandbox filled with unexpected threats, but there is that constant carrot of great rewards.
So can you switch whether you play from day to night, or you're just literally gonna have to deal with night? And it's free to play. I wanted to say that, and I was gonna say it for the end of the video, but I'll just say this right now. The fact that it's gonna be free to play, that's actually like a massive W2. So, you know, hopefully they handle hackers and everything that comes with free to play.
As players progress, they unlock the ability to select one of 3 active classes. Every class brings something unique to the table, from the survivalist ability to highlight loot behind walls, to the weapons expert ability to craft and deploy an assault turret. Combining these classes in a squad helps you overcome Silver Creek's toughest challenges.
Where one teammate might be falling behind, you really want to make sure that you're picking up that weight. Talking together and working as a true unit is the best way to make sure you're successful in Silver Creek.
Heartland features a deadly and unpredictable contamination that makes every trip into Silver Creek unique.
To help you in your journey, you'll be able to fabricate supplies, prepare your go bag for each new day, making sure you can achieve even the toughest goals.
The contamination shapes the areas of the map that are easily accessible, and using a filter protects agents from the contamination, but the filter depletes pretty quickly inside the contaminated areas. So depending on how many filters you have on hand, you might decide to head into a contaminated area and get some loot that other folks passed up. There's also the ever-present threat of dehydration. Dehydration can slow you down, so you really have to keep an eye out for fresh, non-contaminated water when you're out in Silver Creek.
What's a debuff?
Try to be as prepared as possible. You're gonna want to set yourself up for success out there. But if you do find yourself a little underprepared, hopefully you have a teammate that'll let you crawl inside their backpack. Who knows, maybe they have juice boxes in there.
Sounds like they're trying to make like a little bit of a difficult game. I can't really tell. Maybe the difficulty of it will drive off. No, oof, dude, that would attract cheaters even more. If you think about it, because it's like the more difficult the game, something like Tarkov, cheating in that is kind of like really heartbreaking to players. I don't understand cheating sometimes, but you know, like when I say sometimes I can understand like the weird, like kind of sick joy that I wouldn't get out of cheating, but I could see how someone else gets that joy. But it's just weird to me. But in a game like this, it's like I wonder, I'm trying to understand if it's going to be difficult or not. It's like weird. It's too early for me to tell. Like I got to play it to see. But it's not like they're talking about like that whole section was like talking about planning ahead and being prepared. And I'm like, you know, sometimes when games say that, it's actually like more of a walk in the park. Probably like the harder raids or whatever that you go into are going to be more difficult. I don't know how this is going to be done, but
in Silver Creek, shade agents are using the rocket rink, an abandoned roller skating rink, as their base of operations.
That's
For the
pretty cool.
first time in the Division, the entire base of operations is a shared space. You can socialize, form a group, customize your character, and prep for your next operation. Each session begins and ends in the base of operations, and you'll be talking to Carmelita, Kevin, and Mackenzie quite often.
Each time players exfiltrate back to their base of operations, they take the materials and gear they've collected and store it in their personal armory to help them prepare for future days in the town.
When you're going up against rogue agents...
Is this me? I just wanted to put this out here. I'm going to play a girl character. I feel like I play a girl in all games. I mean, Division, I played a guy, but I feel like Skyrim and everything, I just play like a badass girl. I don't know why. And you get to make them cute. I don't know. Is that just me, guys? And like when you're running, you get the third person model, you know, would you rather be staring at a guy's cheeks or, you know, hey, to each their own.
You kind of get into a bit of a cat or mouse situation. For me, I'm definitely more of a mouse. You don't have to worry about rogue agents if they can't see you.
There's a couple different strategies you can use against rogue players. I love using Heartland's class skills to set up ambushes, coordinating with my teammates to make sure we're repairing our armor as needed. And then when the shooting's done, I love looking through their loot and taking all the good stuff.
Heartland will be a living game. The stories we tell on day one are just the beginning. We can't wait for players to dive in and take this journey with us.
We're thrilled to take the next step as we enter our testing phase. Our community team will be looking at feedback shared across social channels and on our official forums, while we evolve our game together with our community, shaping the long-term Heartland experience.
I'm assuming
The
it's
team is committed to
play
creating
test.
the best possible experience for our players, and the community is invaluable in helping make that happen.
I really think we've created something that the original survival players will recognize, while also innovating with open world operations, dynamic contamination.
The team here at Red Storm is proud and feel we're really onto something. Heartland feels fresh and distinct while still feeling at home alongside the other amazing games in this universe. Thank you for taking this journey with us. We can't wait to have you join us in Silver Creek.
I don't know, guys. It's sounding good. Register for the closed beta. Did I already register for it? I'll register for it right now while we're talking about it. I don't know. The developers, they, like I said, for me, it's always like this. You know, it's like, let's see. What did someone say? First comment. I'll read the name out loud. Mr. Facepalm. Looks interesting for sure, but I'd love to see a dedicated PvE mode for this. I love the non-PvP variant of survival mode from the Division 1, so fingers crossed. Yes, me too. Someone said you can just leave before nightfall and skip PvP altogether. If it's anything like, I'm reading the replies under, that was Vidra. Senak, I don't know, is under this. But if it's anything like DZ, the Dark Zone Division 1, it's probably next to impossible to get the best decently good gear unless you play during the PvP mode. That's kind of what I was talking about for, yes, for quality of life and things like that. That is where you got to find a balance. You know, you do have to add some sort of incentive to want to play during night. That's like, okay, you get the best gear. But finding that fine line is not an easy task. I am not going to hold you. So I can't even think of where, well, I can think of where to begin, but I can't think of where to finalize on an idea like that to try to get a balance where, because that's kind of what I like too. I like PvP, but I would wish that it's more of a choice to do it rather than the whole game be PvE VP to how they're doing this. I think I already registered for the beta, but I'll do it again. Because I registered for whatever the heck it is. Let me see real quick. I'm going to check my email. I registered for the Defiant beta, and I heard today it's actually open, so I'm going to go check that after this video. But for my last words on the whole deep dive, I think honestly it looks pretty good. It feels familiar to what we know. It feels like a simpler version of the other games, and I think that simplicity, maybe not, I could be wrong. The simplicity comes from that it's going to be, you know, multiplayer. It's going to be, I don't know if it's MMO, massively multiplayer, but for the most part, it seems like it's going to be simpler due to just, I don't know, the sheer amount of players free to play. You know, 3 simple class selections, it looks like. You know, support. It looks like a support, attack, and looter. Or tech. I don't know. Yeah, here we go. Classes, actually. Oh, medic. Duh. Survivalist is going to be more like the tech, right? Weapons expert, medic, and survivalist. So, yeah. Or I guess weapons expert would. I guess they're all a mix of tech, duh, because it's like all tech. But, you know, it looks cool. The AI looks like, not gonna say the AI looks derpy, but until I play for myself, like, this is beta gameplay, so it can't really tell. Enemies like kind of look static and stuff from the trailer, but what I won't knock is at least we get in-game footage. When a game shows in-game footage, okay. And I like how it looks. It looks like Division AI, but, you know, right here, I don't know, it just feels like stuff is standing around. Yeah, I don't know. But we will see. Again, my hopes are that replayability, balancing, and everything just gets as good as they can refine it before they release it. And we will see. Much love and moonlight. I will see you on the next one. Thank you for sticking around. And subscribe, because most of you are not subscribed. But it's alright. Peace.